Welcome to another episode of the Grimm Media News. I'm Steve Stone. Let's get into this video. Andrew DeWeese, this case has really been a long haul. When I got the case 3.5 months ago, there was just a bunch of information, a bunch of people to talk to, and you kind of didn't know what was true and what was not. And most what you were hearing were versions of a story of Andrew getting a ride and running into the woods and disappearing. Now, Andrew was a very charismatic young man. He had a smile that would just brighten up a room. He definitely was a ladies' man, for a lack of a better term. He was just trying to live his life, right or wrong. He was just trying to live life. Subsequently, what happened to Andrew is just tragic in and of itself. We have developed sources to get to the truth of what happened to Andrew, and I would like to break that down for you here in this video. Andrew was looking for a ride. September 24th, 2020. He was given a ride by Tiffany Sharp and Stormy Halliburton. And they were the ones that picked him up. There was a situation where they broke down. They needed a part. And there was a story that Andrew got scared because there was police. And yes, Andrew was absconding, which he was in violation of his parole. And he supposedly fled the scene and ran into the woods. Now, he runs into the woods, and then nobody ever sees him after that. The problem with that is that's incorrect. A lot of people saw Andrew after he ran into the woods. There were a lot of people that knew where Andrew was. There were a lot of people behind the scenes that knew not only where Andrew was, but knew that Andrew was in trouble. Andrew, he thought he could trust certain people, and it appears that the people that he thought were his friends were not his friends at all. In fact, they would be the ones that would ultimately cost him his life. If you look at the time, he was dating another female, Nicole Boiler, and she was, supposed to be concerned about Andrew when he went missing, but she wasn't concerned about Andrew. She wasn't concerned about Andrew at all. In fact, she went on a trip after Andrew disappeared. She's telling everybody she's concerned about Andrew, but she really isn't. Stormy Halliburton, haven't heard from her the entire case. There's a reason for that. And Tiffany, it appears, has some issues also. Did she know more than she said she knew? We're going to get into that too. Because for all of the people involved in this, it seems like everybody that was supposed to be Andrew's friend was also working against him. The other thing I want to point out too was that Tiffany said that he was in trouble, but he was okay. There were conversations with other people that I can't mention right now that stated that she needed to raise money because people were holding him for ransom. So Was she raising money for him? And why didn't she, if she knew that Drew was in trouble, why didn't she go to the police? 911 is a great tool, but here's the thing. Did she know Andrew was being held captive and she was trying to help, or was she a part of that? We don't know. That's something that law enforcement's going to have to look into. The other thing I want to get to is Stormy Halliburton. She got him the ride, and this begs the question: was he set up? Did Andrew got into a car? Now, again, we heard stories. The car broke down. The cops pulled up. Andrew left. But the thing is that, well, where were they headed before the car broke down? Now, the room where Tiffany was supposed to buy a dog, and Andrew needed a ride in town. Were they really going to go to those places? And when he left, how did people know where to find him? Because Andrew went in the woods and didn't get lost. He didn't get lost in the woods. Something happened to him, and we have information to back that up, that we know what happened to him. There's so much more to this story, and I want to say much more, but I have to be reserved in my comments, and I'm going to tell you why. There has been more information that's come out in the last 24 hours that we can't just start blurting out all of the players involved. And I'm going to get to that in just a minute. Let's talk about Nicole Boyler for a minute. Nicole had a conversation with Andrew's mom. Andrew's sister was looking for him, and she is quoted by two witnesses to have said he is alive for now, but we have to get to him. Well, then why didn't you get to him? Did you make an effort to get to him? Nicole, did you make an effort to get to Andrew and save him? You went on a trip. You went on a trip. You were anywhere but in Arkansas. So you didn't help Andrew. As a matter of fact, you turned your back on him. And you can't sit there and tell all these people you ain't worried about nothing, or you had no clue, because you did. You knew a lot more than you were telling folk. And to sit there and use he's alive for now, we have to get him. Well, you didn't do that. You didn't do that at all. As a matter of fact, you did the complete opposite, which was leaving to a bunch of animals. And that isn't good. I'm willing to bet that when this is all said and done, she's going to regret the actions that were regarding her involvement with what happened to Andrew. I firmly believe that it's time for people to stop hiding and just be honest. You know, it's a different world in this part of Arkansas, and it's time for people to be held accountable. Andrew didn't deserve what happened to him. His family doesn't deserve what's going on. And if you take away your pipe smoking and your meth injecting for 1 second, and you realize if this was a close family member to you, would you care? Would you stop and actually give a crap? Because at the end of the day, none of you did. None of you. And I think that's just terrible that this guy, this friend that you cared about, supposedly care about, you were able to turn your back and throw him away. And everybody's just going to be hush about it. Well, that's not going to happen. I can assure you that this person right here is going to make sure that Andrew is not forgotten and he's not going to be thrown away like garbage. You can count on that. That's a fact. There's more people involved in this. And today I was prepared to name all of the players involved. However, because new information came to me, I have decided that I am going to let law enforcement do their job. I have been speaking with law enforcement today, and I am going to continue my quest for justice for Andrew and looking for Andrew and making sure that the people responsible, and I'm talking to you, you know who you are. You know you've been playing games this whole time, lying to people, running around, getting that extra cheap dope that the NAE has to offer. The NAE, y'all are just a bunch of meth heads. You're not even a group. You're a bunch of pipe sucking criminals who are evil. They're the evil that you guys have in you, and we can blame it on the dope. Sure, that could be part of it, but what you guys have done to Andrew DeWeese is not going to stand. I can assure you that. Andrew, who I never met, but I feel these last 3.5 months I've gotten to know, and I can tell you right now, your days are numbered. Your time is running out. Those aren't just words. These aren't veiled threats. It's a fact that my podcast, my YouTube channel, like I do all of my families that I've covered, that when I get close, I'm going to stay on it like a rabid dog, and I'm going to make sure that everybody involved is found out and the information given to authorities, and we're going to make sure that Andrew gets justice, and that's the bottom line. The way Andrew was treated, the way Andrew was disposed of, is something that is just abysmal, and I want to make sure that Nicole Boyer, Tiffany, Stormy, and the rest of you out there, Andrew didn't deserve what happened to him. And you have my word that we're going to let law enforcement do what they need to do. But if it comes down to where nothing gets done and the possibility that people aren't going to look for Andrew and the information is going to be followed up on, then I will name every one of the names I have connected with Andrew's case. And that's a promise. I also want to just send a quick shout out to the members of Andrew's family and the ones that did care about him. I have really done spent a lot of time on Andrew's case, and I promise you I will not stop until there's justice for Drew and he's brought home. That's going to wrap this video up. I want to thank you all for tuning in and watching. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss any information, news, and stories of the missing. Hit that like button, and also leave us a comment and let us know how we're doing. Until next time, we'll talk to you later. Have a good night.